Hello everyone and happy Wednesday. And of course today is the first day of spring. So happy spring as well. I am Ruby D, the Goddess Entrepreneur Soul Speaker, your energy therapist and author of the Goddess Grind book series focused on you becoming the best version of you, mentally, emotionally, and energetically in order to manifest success personally as well as professionally and live healthier ever after. And y'all excuse my little flyaways, but I wanted to discuss growth versus change. Of course, spring is the season for growth, and I'm all about growing. And sometimes change is good, but growth is better. And that's because change isn't always for the best, but growth is always for the best. So change is good, but growth is better. So with discussing growth and growing, and of course with me being a chakra expert, today I am going to share with you why balancing your chakras is essential for growth. Not necessarily change, but definitely essential for excuse me, my throat, but definitely essential for growth. Now, of course, with the chakras, for those of you that are not familiar with the chakras, they are energy centers or spinning energy centers that we all possess within our energy body or within us, that's associated with different attributes of or aspects of who we are mentally, emotionally, spiritually, energetically, and physically. And when these chakras are imbalanced, then we have a tendency to react to life happening and unfortunate situations, traumatic experiences, negatively, not in the most healthy manners. Sometimes we overreact, but ultimately the things that we are dealing with and them causing imbalances in the chakras cause us to look at life as, you know, everything is falling apart. Our relationships are failing. Nothing is coming together. You tend to question who you are, why you're here. You tend to be fearful. You tend to have a negative mindset with negative self-talk. And you have a limited beliefs. And all of these things can contribute to you feeling less than, you know, who you should truly be. It makes you feel less worthy than everybody else. It makes you feel that you're not good enough. And it more so affects us that have dealt with some type of mental, emotional or energetic illness, or have dealt with it in the past if you're not currently dealing with it. Me, for example, I have suffered from depression, and it's been well over, I say about 10 years since I haven't dealt with depression to the degree of having to take time off work, actually seeing a therapist and taking medication and everything. So it's been well over 10 years since I've done that. But it's been about maybe 5-6 years since I've dealt with depression, period. I haven't dealt with limited beliefs. I haven't dealt with a negative outlook on life. I haven't dealt with a negative mindset. I don't look at relationships that have ended as failures. I don't fear. I'm not fearful. And, you know, things like that. Now, that's not to say that life still doesn't happen. That's not to say that every relationship that I have is successful, because they're not. But the difference is because now I'm to the point where I'm able to effectively manage my thoughts and my emotions and my feelings and how I react to things and how I view things. Life is a lot more peaceful for me. Life is a lot more abundant. And I'm happy. Very much so. Now, with that being said, I have to contribute all of that, everything that I've accomplished and all the growth I have experienced to learning about the chakras. I've shared just a little bit of this story, but I just remember one night several years ago, I was up waiting for a man who cared nothing about me. And the way I was just feeling, something within me just clicked and was like, why? Why are you waiting for a man who cares absolutely nothing about you, clearly? And yeah, that's the very short version of that story. But for me, that was a very defining moment. And me understanding that I needed to choose me and that I needed to start putting me first. And because of that defining moment, I went on a search. And with me going on this search to learn more about myself, just become more in tune with myself and more connected to who I was authentically and unapologetically, that's when I came across the chakras. And ever since then, the chakras has resonated with me on so many different levels. And I've studied them, I've researched them, I've applied them, I've utilized them. And that has solely been the one thing that has gotten me to this point where I'm in this place of peace, I'm in this place of happiness, I'm in this place of consistent growth and consistently choosing me over everything. And that's not me putting myself before everybody. That's me making sure that I'm the best version of me first, excuse me, in order to be the best version of who I need to be for anybody else. So, with me, like I said, doing all the research and the studying, of course, that led me to writing my book series, and that led me to doing consultations, and that led me to where I am now, which is teaching others how to balance their chakras, chakra education, and just simply spreading the word about the chakras, because I understand and I realize that there are a lot of people who are clueless and who are suffering and don't have to be. So, like I said, with today being the first day of spring into growth, spring into learning to balance your chakras. And I'll definitely post the link for my How to Balance Your Chakras and Live Healthier Ever After 7-day challenge, so you all can participate in that and join. You get a free copy of my first book, as well as my 9-week chakra balancing planner and workbook, and help you to build a strong foundation that you need in order to jumpstart your healing journey and grow in order to manifest success personally as well as professionally. So I am Ruby D, the Goddess Entrepreneur, Soul Speaker, your energy therapist, and author of the Goddess Grind book series. And I reminded you to meditate, hustle, and flow on your journey to becoming the best version of you mentally, emotionally, and energetically. Bye-bye.